Anyways.
Jesus Christ.
We're doing fine, don't worry.
I'm so bad at this game.
Me too. I've been playing since Jake stopped, so
But
blame
go ahead
me.
and finish your story.
Anyways.
Before I demand we play something else.
Oh, come on. Super Mario Brothers 2, Choose Your Own Adventure book, was very important to me.
Yeah?
I don't know. I think it's colored how I think about this game.
That makes sense. I think the first 3 Mario games, when they existed in the area of the Lou Albano Super Mario Brothers Super Show, when it's just like early Sonic, where there's not really a strongly defined canon, so there's a ton of different interpretations of it. Watching anything that took like the very small amount of information you got on screen from these games and tried to make it into something that was, 1, fully voiced, but 2, supported watchable storylines is really, really interesting. I think the Super Mario Brothers Super Show is very bad.
I like it, but I understand why you say that.
I mean, when it comes to video game character TV shows from their genesis, I think that really the only good one was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. I think Sad AM was pretty bad.
That's a wild thing to say, because most people will say Sad AM was the good one and Adventures was bad.
I think Sad AM was a pretty lukewarm adaptation of the Archie comics. And I love the Archie comics. I have hundreds of the Archie Sonic comics.
Me as well.
Sad AM, I felt like was overly dramatic and cringy to watch. And Adventures is just fucking Looney Tunes.
Yeah, I think Adventures is underrated just because it's I don't know, it's actually fucking fun.
It's my favorite Jaleel White Sonic because it's nonstop goofs. And Long John Baldry, who played Robotnik in that, is incredible. You've got to be dicking my balls
I don't
off.
know if I can get in there.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's okay. Don't worry.
It's amazing how much time I spent in my grandmother's basement doing this, waiting for food to be ready or to go get yelled at by my dad about something.
Yeah, that's okay. Whatever. I'll just keep going.
And then, of course, there's Sonic Underground, which is...
I fucking jumped.
My God.
You bastard bitch.
There is lag in this, isn't there?
I mean...
There's a little bit of input lag.
It's not super perceptible in my opinion. But, yeah, I mean, with the Retron, yes. In general.
If you throw him down there, the bombs have to sit on top of him and the explosion goes higher.
Ooh. Now I can go there. Whatever.
Nice.
Anyways, you were asking which consoles I own that my parents bought, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, most of my consoles were bought by my parents. Here's maybe a better question that I'm also going to ask you. What's the first console you bought that your parents did not pay for?
That's a really good question. My parents bought me a Dreamcast, a PS2, a GameCube, and an Xbox 360, and a replacement PS2 and GameCube. I never was able to fix the PS2, but I did fix the broken GameCube and still have it.
Uh-huh.
And then I bought, 3 or 4 more GameCubes and 3 or 4 more PS2s.
Uh-huh.
They bought us Game Boy Advanced SPs, both me and my 2 brothers. I started buying vintage consoles. They got a Super Nintendo at a garage sale. Zeke got into them before I did and got an N64 and a Genesis. I bought those off of him. It was a Genesis 2, the only Genesis 2 I have, and the gray N64 I have. And he got bored of them real fast, and I bought those off of him.
Right.
And then after that, it's just it's tough to track. It's a whirlwind because I mean, I have so many Segas and a shitload of. Now I have a shitload of NESs. That's fairly recent. PS2s, I've gotten stuff in weird deals and stuff. Man, it's hard to say what the first one I bought without my parents was. I've gotten a lot of consoles off Zeke because he gets bored of them so fast.
Yeah. For me, I know you didn't ask me, but I mean, you did.
If you ask me a question, you also have to answer. So keep that in mind.
I will. Who do you love the most? If my first console I bought without my parents, I don't know. It's pretty recent, honestly. The PlayStation 4 was the first console I ever bought without any help from anybody else.
That makes sense.
Most recent was, I guess, fucking obviously the Switch.
You're fucking cooking.
Thanks. It only took me 2 continues. Yeah, the PS4 was the first one I got without any help. The last one I think I got without any help, or with some help, was maybe fucking, I think I did jump, and I can't stress that enough.
I'm telling you, something's bonkers with this.
It was the Vita was the last one I think I got with help.
The PSP might be the first thing I ever bought on my own. Come to think
really?
of it. Yeah.
I didn't. Now my story with the PSP is that I
fucking forgot that I had a PSP until it broke.
I got the PSP my dad or my parents, I guess, rather, bought me
nice
stupid ass fish bought me a gift card for GameStop that was meant for me to buy the Wii.
Yeah,
because that was back when I really wanted the Wii.
So that was, you got a PSP way after I did then.
I did, yes.
Okay.
Back when I got when I wanted the Wii, that was like back when it was still really hard to find.
Right. Like Nintendo shit is at the first.
Right. At yeah. And I did want to use that gift card to buy a Wii, but it was just so hard to find.
Right.
That one time, I called GameStop and they said, yeah, we have Wiis right now, but it was winter, Christmas.
Yeah.
And
nice.
And they said they had them, but then when I got there, they said, sorry.
Oh, that was important.
They said they had them, but then when we actually got there, they
I fucking hate this guy.
They were out.
Right.
And so my dad wasn't like, oh well, tough luck, we'll come back later. He was like, he bought me Guitar Hero, and then later, I went back again, and they still didn't have it.
That was close.
And my dad,
some Mega Man shit.
And my dad, even after that, was like, "This is taking too long.
Just buy something,
and I'll get you a Wii later." And that's what happened. I bought the PSP, and
that is textbook your dad.
And my dad, or my parents rather, bought me the Wii for my birthday.
Very
later.
Nice. That's funny.
And that's how I got my PSP.
I wanted a PSP because Dylan had one. Dylan and I's are both broken. I think we still have both of them somewhere.
Mine is still good.
Mine's in pieces. It's a PSP 1000. Gotta throw that bad boy. But I wanted a PSP because Dylan. That was when the
How do you beat Mauser? I think this is it.
This is it.
I don't know if I can beat Mauser.
If you can't, you can't, but that's okay. We still got further than I've probably gotten in years, maybe ever.
Anyway, go ahead.
I wanted a PSP because Dylan knew how to hack them. He knew how to hack the firmware and run emulators or download ISOs or put whatever you wanted on them. So that was my first MP3 player, too.
Yeah.
And that was back, when Dylan and I basically, we were in, junior high.
Right.
And we would just spend the night at each other's places all the time, eating Taco Bell and whatever. And I got one from vintage stock, and it didn't really like feel very good. Like the D-pad, everything about it felt kind of shitty.
Fuck you.
So I took it back, and they gave me another one.
Uh-huh.
Very
Fuck.
nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
And that one was a little bit better. But it was never as good as Dylan's was.
Uh-huh.
He made me very aware of that repeatedly.
Classic Dylan.
You know, you had to be careful hacking. Very nice. You had to be careful hacking those things because you could brick them pretty easily.
Right.
But I really wanted to play Daxter.
You want to play?
Yeah, I might want to.
Why don't you finish your story?
I really wanted to play Daxter.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Desert. Because I love the Jak and Daxter games.
Right.
So I got that, and I actually bought that game and did it.
Uh-huh.
And, what the hell?
There's I think that might be a bomb right down there.
So you hit him with it?
We hit the ground. Oh. Well,
That's different.
you just leave.
Can I come back and try again?
Maybe.
Sure enough. Good.
And how do you get down, though? There's no bomb.
There's no bomb.
Oh, well.
Alright, whatever. Anyway, I got Daxter and I played through it. I've only played through Daxter once, but I liked it.
I think I have as well.
There's a lot I could talk about with Daxter, probably, actually, but we can save that for another day.
Sure.
You know what? I'm not doing this dance. And then there were a lot of games that I ran Super Nintendo and Genesis emulators, and that was a blast. And I think my favorite game I ever ran on it as an ISO, that was just a PSP game that was running off a flash drive,
Right.
was the PSP version of Midnight Club 3,
Yeah.
which, if you overclocked the PSP's firmware, would run just like the PS2 version.
Uh-huh.
It was very cool. That was back when Dylan had all those Dragon Ball Z games on his PSP.
Yeah, right.
And he would overclock it to the point that it would get physically so hot he had to put it down.
Right.
What's happening here?
Okay, throw that man on the other side. Now you touch the sand. B. There you go.
I see.
And you gotta be careful because they'll fall down and hit you if you're not careful.
Okay.
Keep being, yeah.
Uh-oh. This is... Man, the B's not working so hot.
Don't crouch.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't jailbreak my PSP until way later. Back when I jailbroke my PSP, there was basically zero risk in doing it. All you had to do was download a file, put it on your PSP, and run it, and that was it.
Yeah, that's not the case.
Right? Yeah. Back when.
What?
That sucks.
I
Back
got
when
one more.
Dylan did that, there was actually a risk of fucking up your PSP.
Yeah, you had to be really careful.
But like I said, when I did it, there was no risk, you know, because it was so much later.
Yeah, no, you, oh, this is a huge mistake.
Oh, good job.
There was the big hacker on the scene at the time. The guy that released all the software and like firmware updates that consistently hacked Sony's new updates was a guy called Dark Alex, which I think was a hacker from like Norway or some such bullshit. And he eventually just stopped. But there was a rumor at one point that Sony had hidden a threat in lines of code that made him stop.
That's
But,
probably not true.
There's no way it's true because someone else would find it and Sony would get in trouble.
Right.
This guy, Birdo, again, really?
Yeah.
Fuck!
I love the PSP. I'm still playing it right now, actually.
What are you playing on the PSP right now?
Persona 1, which I've told you about. But...
Oh, okay, yes.
Oh, oh,
shit! Oh my god.
That's game over, baby.
I need a minute.
So, we'll be right back. Or fucking will we?
I don't know. We can play something else.
Oh, we won't be right back.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Christ.